Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to week 10 of our Business 217 organizational behavior class. We have made it, if you can believe it. It seems like just yesterday that we were beginning the class and starting to work with each other a little bit, and now here we are, it's at the end. This week we're going to be talking a little bit about change management, change theory, and that sort of thing. There's one assignment to do, one discussion, and then the final exam. And you will have finished another term and one step closer to graduation. And I want to commend you on a job well done. A lot of good discussion posts, a lot of good assignments, a lot of good information that I enjoyed talking with you and working with you this term. This is the last video update that I'll do. We will have office hours this week, and I will post those in the announcement section a little bit later as to when we're going to do them. But again, if you have any kind of questions this week, please reach out and let me know. I do want to remind you that the class ends this coming Saturday night at midnight, so the final exam is due at that time, and as well as all the other work or discussions or anything that may be outstanding. There's no need to ask me for any extensions to that. Being the end of the class at midnight, I have to shut it down and give the grades to the university. So this week you need to be particularly diligent and make sure that you're keeping up and that you've gotten everything turned in. As I noted that this week we're talking about change theory. There's a lot of different theories out there about change, and the researchers will tell you that the vast majority of major change initiatives in organizations actually fail to achieve their goals, believe it or not. Very, very seldom do we merge two companies or two organizations and then those goals get met, or those things turn out well. So it just begs to wonder why, with all the different change theories out there, do people have so much trouble with change. Leaders, first of all, have to be able to handle change themselves. Certainly that's a part of avoidance, that's a part of emotional intelligence and so forth. So, you know, the first thing has to happen in change is that the leader understand change and be able to change. There's a lot of theories, as I noted out there. You have Lewin's model. It's been out there, very, very popular, talking about unfreezing, making the change, and refreezing. There's Kotter's 8 steps, there's the McKinsey 7-step process, and a lot of others. I know that one that I found interesting was Kubler-Ross and Virginia Satire's study about people who were dying. And you say, what in the world does that have to do with change in businesses and stuff? Well, Kubler-Ross studied a lot of people that were dying over the years. You know, once they got that message and they came to the realization that their time was limited, how did they deal with it? And she developed what's called the Kubler-Ross curve, and since she did that, a lot of different researchers have applied this curve to change models as well. And basically Kubler-Ross said that there are processes or emotional states that individuals go through when they find out they're dying. First of all, they may be in denial. Secondly, they may be angry. They may bargain, try to, you know, Lord, please, I'll do anything you want me to do if you'll get me out of this. And on it goes through these emotional curves, if you will, that the people go through. And we're not talking so much about dying, but where the application comes in terms of change is researchers have found that when people face major changes, divorce, job change, someone dying in their life, moving to an area that's totally unfamiliar, major change, people go through those same kinds of emotions that Kubler-Ross saw with people who were dying. And so, you know, when we look at Lewin and we look at McKinsey, we look at Kotter, we look at all these different methods, processes for introducing and managing change, we as leaders also have to remember there's an emotional toll and there's an emotional issue as people have to deal with change, depending on what the severity of it is. And we can't forget that piece of change management. So We'll be talking about that and a lot of different change issues this week. Anymore with the global economy and with the internet and technology. Change is something that everybody has to learn to deal with. It's actually a good trait to have if you want to get a good job and if you want to keep a good job. Folks who can't change or won't change or have trouble changing, without a doubt will be left behind in today's economy. So we'll be talking a lot about that. I hope that you'll find those things enjoyable. Again, let me know if you have any kind of questions, and I'll see you in class.